Before the video, I have a quick announcement. We have a Patreon now. Patreon.com/allintogether. There will be sideboard guides and strategy write-ups, my thoughts about the formats. As I prep for events, I'll be writing notes up there and just saying, hey, these are decks I'm working on. It's just optional support. It's a great way to give back, and it helps me out a lot. And as well, there's a cool Talishar card back that we have that you can use if you'd like to. It's the art here done by Dead Mint, and these will also be available as Frostbite tokens coming soon. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, this is Rob with All In Together. I wanted to thank everyone for all the support on the Patreon so far. It's been blowing up kind of way beyond what I expected. So I decided to double down here and get a lot more content out here for YouTube, and as we start getting ready for Pen. So last week we worked on Volda, and I feel pretty good with the deck. I think it's a deck I want to have in my rotation, it's something I want to have available, and I think depending on the PQ, or the RTN and the PQ, I think she's a pretty good option. I think Jarl's done pretty well this past week at RTNs, so I wanted to give him another shot. I'm just playing the list I played when I won my regional a couple months ago. I think maybe there's some changes we can make, but I'm still figuring the deck out. I think he won a couple RTNs, but I don't know how favored or good he is right now. So I figured I'd give Fatigue another shot. Kayo can be a bit of a tough matchup for us, so let's go ahead and dive into the game here. This is actually going to be a best of 3 series. We played this guy 3 times. And then I'll talk about kind of how I changed my strategy between these games. But we start here with trying to fatigue Kayo on more of like, I think, a sledge plan. Let's see how this goes. Say we're on sledge here, so I think we're just going to try to block and defend. And just see if we can gas him out of cards. I think this is perfectly fine. Just block turn 0. Okay, cool. He's got nothing. We probably just have Cranial Crush here. This is just like, we have free value and this can disrupt their turn, so this is a pretty decent attack here. The deck doesn't have a lot of really good attacks. As I said, we're often just hitting Sledge, so I think getting this turn 0 when we have full tempo is pretty solid. They said we're going to send the Fridge, so let's see how well we can block. Okay, so we got one. Oh, I remember. Yeah, so we have 1 Blood Rush, discarding a Beast Within. That's pretty good. We have 2 Blood Rushes. And then he fires the 3rd from Arsenal. Alright, so we're going to die this turn. We're going to do our best, but if we can survive this turn and like have a healthy enough life differential, I think we're going to be okay. It's kind of awkward here because we want to use the Staunch, and we probably want to use Quick Dodge this turn. But this is probably just going to be enough damage to get over and put us in a pretty tough spot for the game. So I remember I don't use Quick Dodge Flexors well this turn, so he pops Sash, so he's got 5 cards in Sash and just everything under the sun. So this is a Claw for 9. Jesus Christ. He pitched a Reckless. That's something we have to think about. But that is another card that's going to be important for us, but it's brutal. So we Staunch here. It's really tough to have just 1 blue here, so he's going to go Buck Wild now. We pop Balance, try to find another blue. We don't. Jesus Christ. I think I just like Shelter Sink here. Okay, I guess I Quick Dodge. I don't like using Quick Dodge here. I think it's... Oh, I remember what I do. I try to like... I think I should bottom the CNC probably. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find... Okay, well. At least it's more defense. It's kind of a waste to use a 4-block here, especially when we know we're going to be getting another big swing. So we're losing a point of value here, and we're using Quick Dodge poorly. And then he sends the pieces in for 12. We could have gotten an additional value here if we, yeah. So if we block properly, we probably should be at 33 instead of 38. But that's him spending a lot out of the tank. But he's got full tempo. We've got a Staunch, which is good. Probably want to try to Arsenal and Oakenold because he's pretty low in armor. You want to use the Staunch? Sure. Setting the Buck Wild. We'll probably take 4 and then just Arsenal. So we're really kind of getting behind here. We're down 9 at this point, but he's out of Blood Rushes, so hopefully we're able to claw. Okay, so this should be fine. We should be able to Oakenold back. We just block with like the Thunderquake. Actually, we may just take this in case there's like a Strong to Survive or something on the backside. Okay, he's gonna roll Scabs and hit. He's God's Chosen, and he's gonna send the. This is really unfortunate. Since the CNC that disrupts our arsenal, so he can't. And then we just block. I'm debating if I want to like try to play for value. I guess I do. I don't know if that's correct here, but we're down almost 20. We're gonna swing Sledge. And like we're not meaningfully fatiguing him at this point. Like this feels like we're just, yeah, he's out of Blood Rushes, but like every turn is just so much damage. I'm like checking for CNCs. Remember, this is kind of unfortunate right now. I don't think it makes sense to block this for 7, especially if there's like another CNC. I think there's only 2. We've only seen 2 at this point. We say that's fine. Give him the Mandel. And swing back, sure. We gain some. We're still like down 20. We'll grab. God, we had like nothing we want to grab. It's so this is. Okay, even if he bricks, we're not in a great spot, so we'll go block 8. We're just really just leaking like a stuck pig at this point. Like we are just in trouble. CNC, give him the card, sure. And he's got a Gold Kiss from, so if he ever bricks, he's still fine. He's gonna go Buck Wild because this man can't brick. I think we've seen all 3 CNCs at this point, so we're okay blocking early. And since Strong Survive, we'll just. I guess he could try to fight for. I don't know. I just think fighting for value at this point is incorrect. Like we gotta pray for like a set of turn where we can just Oaken ult back. No. So really just like getting whooped here. I think just like being this passive and like when he's on this front foot like this, it's you can't allow it. Like you can't expect him to brick anymore. This deck just like doesn't do that. So I think you really have to fight him. Gas Bones, awesome. So we'll get a Swing Sled for 6 and he's gonna run us over. We have some defensive options here at least, but like, good God. We'll take 3. Sure. So we'll take this one. And then he's gonna throw like an 8. Yeah, we'll just lose. So really we just kind of get run over here. We get triple Blood Rushed, feels bad. We go for the rematch and we'll just see we'll talk about kind of what we're doing differently. I think in this matchup, we really want to just high roll with Oaken ult. I think that's the best form of play we can have. So we just like switch to like staunches are good, I think, but like cutting things like Remembrance, cutting like Midas Touch is like not just like fat stacking with Midas Touch, but like taking out some of the, just the extra cards. We don't need. I think we take out the Righteous because I don't think we need it. And we got like a CMI. I don't know. It's just not great. So let's try this again. Let's gain some life to start. I think this is like at least putting us on a little bit of a defensive front foot. He has an agility, but he feels like he always has an agility. So, who's it? Sure. We'll just block 6. It's fine. Happy to just sit here and defend. I think it makes sense here for us to give. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll just take the 2 and then we'll send back 6. Sure. Fighting for value, that makes sense. And saving 6, defense reaction for second cycle is pretty strong. So we're just gonna find that Oaken ult and then look for a target for it and just find a pair. Find the Crumble, find the Pulse, and then we're good. This is good. He's giving us... Okay, so he's probably trying to pop off this turn if he's... I don't know. I wouldn't block with gloves, but if you're popping with Savage Sash, I'm in trouble. Probably means Blood Rush. Just going to discard the Agile Windup. I think this turn, I'm like looking at this hand as I want to block with an Oakenold and send a CNC, Arsenal the other Oakenold. If he sends like a Strong to Survive, he's probably trying to do like some kind of setup, I would assume. Yeah, he wants to. Okay, it's an IP, which is odd, but so he's going to give us pretty much the rest of the armor. So we have enough now to get us an Oakenold through, which is important. He's got agility. His hand has shrunk a little bit. But if he didn't block the way he did into the hammer, he could have just sent all the armor and not lost the beast with him. So he's kind of bricking a little bit here, which is good for us. Just in a run roughshod. I think we just block. Yeah, because I do like Cranial Crush. It's like kind of a bad card, but like at least it's like has a real relevant hit in this matchup. Yes, perfect. So in this, we're at life parity at this point. We have the lead on armor. He hasn't seen a Blood Rush. We can probably disrupt a Blood Rush here, hopefully. Sure. Getting our strongest right out of the deck is good. And then we're going to mess him up. Hopefully we can brick like a red in his hand and each has to pass. I don't think I want Arsenal to crumble. Show strength is whatever. I think we can easily go block 10 or block 9, heal 3. So, okay, I think it makes a lot of sense to just keep a sink below here, just in case. We can stuff a, what's it called? Pulping, which we've seen him play into us. So being able to stuff a pulping is huge. And like often gives us back enough tempo we need. So we're now pretty ahead on life. We're 10 life ahead. I kind of think it makes more sense to just Fate Foreseen, but I understand just being afraid of the CNC here. This is probably nothing. I think it doesn't make sense to block this one because he's probably good. Okay, that's whatever. He's gonna go swing big. Sure, we cover 7 and we save the D-Rex. And we're just digging for Oakenolds at this point. We're trying to find disruption. That one's not good enough. He doesn't have the agility, so it makes sense for us to kind of block down like this. He doesn't have a way to kind of keep his turns going, so we have a crumble. We can try to bottom that with like an E-Strike or something. We also can like staunch something for like 10 and then D-Rex for 4 from the arsenal, just to really cover anything he throws at us. So he's gonna say send packing, which is kind of fine. We just staunch it. And I was in an E-Strike for 7. So by like us understanding when he does have agility and when he has rum, we can kind of stifle his turns by blocking and just like passing. He can either try to roll scabs and just lose the game sometimes when he does that, or he can give. Okay, so here's the BRB turn. But this time we're up like a good amount of life. We're at 14, now we're at 15. He did get the banish, so that's pretty good. He's got effectively a 5-card Blood Rush here. He had to pitch a pulping, which is maybe a bad sign for him. Okay, so he's got a blue here. So we'll probably go balance. I think maybe okay, so we're gonna do this. That makes sense. We'll take 1, we'll probably crack balance. We may not crack balance at this point, just because, okay, he's got a send pack. We actually really did not. Oh, we'll probably blow. I like keeping the Terra Sunder in deck here, because Terra Sunder feels a little bit better than Crumble. I think it's just like one of the best cards on our deck. But we'll happily send back a CNC. Threaten the arsenal, take cards out of his deck, and keep a sink below. I think this is the second time this sink below has been sent back, which is not a card you see super often in this list anymore, but it's good to keep track of what we have left. So here, great. This is actually like ideal for us. We block 7, gain 3, and then we swing back hammer. This lines up really well for us with Fiddler's Green, just showing kind of how useful the card is. And then by us keeping the tunic, we can just go boom, 6. So really just kind of like taking a big life lead here. He's giving us some armor, I guess. I don't know. I think that from this point you can try to start to play for fatigue and just play defensively. I may look to arsenal a Terra Sunder at this point, but we'll see. Let's see. He's almost, let's see. No, he can still cover the hammer. Oh, nope, no I can't. We're gonna sink below. Let's go sink for, okay. We get the old sink below bug. We get the same card we sink. Buck Wild. Looks like we're probably just gonna staunch this one. And then he's either gonna claw or something back, that's fine. So we'll take one and go to 30, and then we'll see what we can do here. So he's gonna send a Strong to Survive. I think I'm blocked with gloves, and then show him Thunder. Okay, I just block 6. Sure, take 3, lose no cards. He has no agility, so it's fine for us to kind of go down here. We have like 1 Terra Sunder left in the deck, I think, at this point. Yeah, which is kind of an important card for us, but in this card the might get 2 value out of that. And a blue Buck Wild. So this is probably 6 into... Sure. He may just be arsenaling, but it could be 6 into claw. Cast Bones. Okay, so that's dangerous. That's gonna be a lot of damage our way, but Sledge puts him incredibly low at this point. We have a nice big life buffer because we've been blocking at this point. So this is, we're a bit safer in this game here. He's going to give us a good amount of cards. Ooh. Okay, yeah, because I want to swing back. I probably could keep can I keep a CNC or an Open Hold there? By showing him, yeah, I probably could. But I think it's okay for us to just keep life total high. We're just swinging Sledge away at this point. Eventually he's going to get to a hand where he just can't block. Okay, so he gets the Vigor. He's got a go again attack coming, so we're going to want to hurt him. Swing big. We have the heart, so we have to pitch this turn. But knowing he has the Buck Wild, he may not be in a position where he can really block too. Let's see. It's okay. He's afraid to pummel. Pulse could be huge here. I think this is a turn where we get pretty defensive. He's gonna go Flex Speed. It's an interesting tech card. So he's gonna go 7. And I think I pulse here and just like freeze him out. Like having the Frostbite here is huge. Maybe he claws still, but like that's a really bad Blood Rush. That's sometimes we need those to win, but we'll take those when they happen. That's just part of Kayo. This is a hero that can just play on that low side of variance occasionally. So sometimes we need that, but sometimes we got to play to kind of having him make those mistakes. We'll have Tunic here so we can block 12 and then send back Sledge if we want to. We also can heal and then arsenal another card. We can also try to fade. Okay. No, we don't like that. Okay. I think it makes sense for us to go Sigil here. So yeah, okay. We can swing Hammer like that. Fake something. Sigil, and then Arsenal the sink below. Makes sense. Blocks 1 card, he would go to 5. Okay, so we'll do that. He'll go to 4, we'll go to 20. So he's got a 4-card hand to work with. He has no built-in agility. He probably doesn't have a lot of go again. Or he probably has a lot of no blocks because he blocked the Buck Wild. We're not afraid of a strong survive because we have 2 cards that can't make us discard. And I may consider like taking more damage here to actually no. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Anything else we can find? He's gonna go swing big. I'll block 6, take 2, swing for 6. So really just taking advantage of our tunic here and outvaluing him with equipment. So he'll reckless swing me, so he has to die. We'll take 2, and then he has to pass. You could send 6, but I think it's okay. Or 3 rather. So we block, and then we can go CLF swing hammer. So he's gonna have to block me, and then he's just not gonna have a turn. You can't play this, and then we can send a dominated glacial footsteps here to win the game. So I think we slowed this game down a lot more. I think him not having triple blood rush was a nice part of it. His blood rushes weren't too bad to deal with, and I think we used equipment a lot better this time. Maybe he's got another react for me. But even if he does, I think it costs his entire hand. Yeah, okay. And so he wants to go again. So I think we run the same plan we do here. And I think it felt really good. We play the Staunches. We don't play Remembrance, I believe. And then we cut, like, I think a Channel Mount Ison. We cut a Macho. Okay, that's... I think you can kind of get choice. No, which one did we cut? Thunderquake. Okay, sure. So he's going first. We get some turn 0 value with a Sigil, which is great. And then we'll probably be able to send back CNC Arsenal Shelter. That's phenomenal. That's kind of where we want to be. Looks like we're going to be blocking 6 probably on this. And then Arsenal, yeah, so we do this. Go Claw. Sure. Cover. Then we'll game 3. Cool. This is great. I'm happy to send a Cranial Crush here and then Arsenal Pulse. We'll see what he wants to give me, but this is a real on hit for him. He has to block 6 here. Blocking the blues mount probably means he's overloaded on blues, which is fine. He's gonna go CNC. I remember this is kind of a bummer. I think we just lose this. I think we just give up the pulse, which sucks, especially because it's coming in. Because like we could give armor and then a card, and then have nothing back on the turn, and that feels incorrect. So I think it's just you take 7, you heal back up 3, and you swing Sledge, Arsenal, Sink Below. And maybe we keep 2 cards here and hope he flashbacks us. I don't know why he would, but, you know, I hope he does. So he's not pulping. Huge. We're going to get to go Fiddlers. Block with Fiddlers, and then D reacts. So we stop his turn. So we get IP2 him, which is massive. Kind of that's a really feels bad for us to bottom the Fate and then draw into the Fiddlers, but we can just go swing Sledge, pitching Fiddlers and Evergreen. Okay, so he's gonna get an extra value. So he's only got IP1 by discarding the Agile Windup. E-Strike is not a great arsenal, I think, for us because of Fleshbag. But we kind of have to bait Fleshbag at some point or another. So we'll see what he does. Discards that still. Oh, okay. Oh, right, I have Tunic. Duh. Sorry, this is dumb. I'm baiting Fleshbag here. I'm going to say I have one card. I have Tunic up. See if he Fleshbags. But he may try to save the Fleshbag for the Oakenold and just try to cover that on hit. But he's blocking even 2 cards. Okay, that's not what I would do. I think that you either Fleshbag here or you get nothing. So he sends Sledge for 6. But if I missed that when I was putting together my turn, I think it's fair my opponent misses the Sledge swing there. This is probably an easy block 7. I'm okay with blocking the Everbloom because I don't think the Everbloom loop is really achievable in this game, just because of who Kayo is. And I think so far we have no like big defensive tool from him, or a big offensive extender. Like we don't see a onboard Rum or an agility token, so I think it's okay for us to try to block out because our Tunic's kind of medium. Like we're not at the point where we can Tunic Sledge. So if we like let him brick, okay, he passes. I'm not sure why he passed. Maybe he's trying to set something up pretty big. Okay, it probably is an awkward spot where he doesn't want to cast with his Blood Rush, which makes sense. And like you don't want to pitch him because like, are we gonna get that far in second cycle? That makes sense. So we're at 6. So I just go 6 here. I'm like up enough life here where I'm just pretty okay. Sure. So it's not the best Blood Rush by any means. He's pretty afraid to roll Scabs. Which I'm fine with, but I get that. But I think you're in a spot where you're enough life where you may want to roll Scabs here and just try to get something cool. So we're going to look at Arsenal Oakenold, and we'll probably block 6 and then just, yeah, Tunic Swing Sledge with Heart. We have to, I think we take this one because he should have a big attack after this one, and we have enough life where if he IPs, I'm cool with that. But pretty powerful 4-card 16 here. This here is kind of nuts still. I'm hoping I can get heart value, but I don't think I can. Alright, so we have a solid 12-point advantage. We still have our armor. Our opponents chewed through most of theirs. He's going to go for Blood Rush here. So his Blood Rush, first Blood Rush is kind of mediocre, so we still have our balance and we still have our quick dodge. He's going to crack Savage Sash, so this is probably the pretty big one we're going to have to watch out for. So we can go block. And we start to do quick dodge here. Probably pitching Crane. Okay, Seal Off, fine. I'm happy to keep Seal Off in the deck, especially for second cycle. Then he's going to go Claw, we'll crack Hat. He's at the point where he's out of armor where I can consider playing Terra Sunder. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just Terra Sundering Oakenold. Yeah, duh. Yeah, because this definitely gets through. This is like not quite the Oakenold, fused Oakenold you want, but this is still a 4-card 14. Doing 8, ripping 2. Which is above rate. It's not amazing. Sure. He's going to try to keep his life total high. Strong to survive. Right, this is kind of awkward. Yeah, this is the point where Strongest Survive really shines. Because I do really want to try to keep the pressure up, but I just have to swing Sledge here. So he's out of armor. We just have Tunic left. A big turn here could be trouble for us, but we have Shelter still. Okay, so we're going to probably block Shelter on this one. No, it didn't block Shelter. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay. I have a Shelter on this. I'm going for the Terrace Underline here to try to like close the game out. I think this is a little risky, but I get it. This here is going to be actually way better because this is a 3-card, what? 3-card 13. And he doesn't have to block me here. So it's really good for us that he blocks me. He goes to 4, he loses 2 cards. The best thing he can do is, oh, and then we find the perfect card here. We go to 1, go to 5, and then we go Fused Oak and Oak win the game. So I think it's really important to pause it here, but that basically that's kind of how I was approaching Kayo in the matchup here. It's a tougher matchup for sure. We kind of need them to stumble a little bit, but we have some cards that can really help them stumble. I think a lot of players will misuse armor when they realize that we're on pretty vanilla damage with the hammer. So they'll try to get value early, try to get some life ahead, or may just say, hey, I need to block early just so I can block again later. But I think we can see where those kind of mistakes compound. But Sledge is very powerful, and I think with like a good use of D-Reacts, we can kind of keep pace with most mid-range decks. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be keeping this week going with some gameplay videos. Thank you, and take care.